The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Kia.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my friends, and I mean that, my buddies, my pals, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Our game tonight featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. We've seen some really solid play from this Bucks team recently. It's been a very successful first half of the season for them. When the opportunity to win a ball game has been there for them, they have grabbed it over and over. And Shaq, we're coming up to the halfway point of the season. Some teams finally getting into a groove after a somewhat shaky start.
Yeah, every year is different. Sometimes it takes a little longer to figure out. But what's most important is you get hot at the right time.
Oh, that's right. I agree with that. And you have to have a lot of experience on your team. And those guys know how to pace themselves. And you can just kind of relax. Quality veterans won't allow the season to be a sprint. It's a marathon.
Tip-off coming up shortly. It's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Prez, you ready for tonight?
Whew, always, man. My game's never been better.
Maybe. I'll believe it when I see it.
All right. We'll prepare for an awakening then. You're going to be a believer by the end of the first quarter.
Love the confidence, Prez. I'll see you out there, man.
It's game time in Cleveland as the crowd is filling up the Quicken Loans Arena. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Quick trip here for the Bucks, just one game away before heading back to Milwaukee. And before the tip-off, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Tyronn Lue.
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical brand of D down low. We'll see if they got the message. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Well, you look at the length and the hands of the players in the Bucks roster. They can absolutely hold you on the defensive end, force a lot of turnovers when they crank it up.
Tell you what, there are very few teams, guys, that have the combination of length and speed that the Bucks possess. And because of that, they can pressure teams into turnovers at a high rate. And when they do that, they're at their best defensively.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Parker and Monroe together inside. Freak is out there with Young. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3. Parker left side. The baseline jumper goes down. Parker's got the first points up on the board for Milwaukee.
Well, I like the bounce, the elevation that Parker gives you on that mid-range jump shot. Defenses can't really get to it, and that's why he's so successful with it.
Now, here is Irving. Love can't hit. Freak with it. Now Smith defending. Antetokounmpo passes to Parker. Now Freak on its way from Young for 2. The good-looking shot from the wing.
How about that quick trigger? Excellent quickness on the release of the shot. No way the defense can catch up to Young when he's firing as fast as that.
Now here is Irving. 11 points for him in that last game against Chicago.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
Now here's Freak, following the miss by J.R. Smith. Now the dish to Young. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
The Cavaliers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Young against Irving. Pass to Love. Kicks to Smith. That falls. Great assist by Love.
And guys, I was a bit worried, but now we all know the rim doesn't have a lid on it.
Yeah, you could actually feel the tightness and tenseness with each miss. And I'm actually glad to see they got that first one out of the way.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And you look at the star trio in Cleveland of LeBron, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. Greg, how do you like the way those three fit together?
I think their skills complement one another. I mean, Irving can take ball handling responsibility off of LeBron's shoulders. Love rebounds, hits threes, and has good complementary skills. Chemistry, though, is more complicated. Sometimes LeBron has seemed critical of Love's play.
And he can't get the first one. Second free throw, no good. You look back on the history of the Bucks, and it's just so rich with some of the biggest names in NBA history. So many great names that got their start or played some great basketball one time or another for the Bucks.
Well, two of the biggest names in the history of the game. I mean, when you talk about the big O, Oscar Robertson, you don't get any bigger. You also have some of the great two guards that have played in this league, Ray Allen and Sidney Moncrief. You get the feeling that a few of the current players could end up being viewed as all-time great Bucks as well, particularly Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jabari Parker certainly have the ability to maybe get to that ring of honor in Milwaukee.
And everyone knows about Jabari Parker and how he has come back from a ACL knee injury he suffered as a rookie. The more time that passes from that ACL tear, the more explosive Parker looks on the floor, I think. Looks like he never, in fact, had any issues at all.
Yeah, that's a great point and a good observation. And I think his explosiveness has surprised a lot of people. This is a guy that's got power going to the basket and can finish through contact. And, man, he's a guy that I think is going to be a big-time scorer for a long time.
The second free throw, good.
Put it simply, Parker is an outstanding player. I mean, somebody who puts the team ahead of himself, and all this guy wants to do is W-I-N.
Now here's Jefferson. His last outing, 16 points for him. And there's Love. That's good on the assist by Jefferson. Love's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Freak dishes to Monroe. Feeds to Freak. Changes up, and it's good on the way in.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Irving kicks to Love. Cleveland moving the ball around. And another three for Cleveland.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And Clark, I felt like that was a one-time mistake. They've got to know to pay more attention to him than that.
Monroe, the pass to Freak. Prez finishing off the play with the dunk. He won't miss many of those.
And you can just see him psyching himself up after a play like that. Nice slam by Prez.
And it's Smith missing.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Monroe's shot is good.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And it's Irving missing. So the Bucks, their last game, a win against the Suns.
You're not always going to shoot it as well as they did from three-point range to win that game, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And in that game, boy, did they shoot it lights out from beyond.
Lights out is a real good way to describe it. Just take a peek at the box score. I mean, their percentage from...
Bring it in. Take a seat. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Remember, you're my Pippen and you're my Jordan. Finish this game like they would.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Cavaliers.
And they love to spread the floor with shooting. A lot of three-point attempts, and that's been the league-wide direction, and this group has been no exception.
On defense, Milwaukee. 10-point lead.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Freak, and Freak throws it down.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Young with the steal. Inside, here's Monroe, and he uses the glass on the layup. Monroe's got his second bucket.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Young with the steal. Here's Parker, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And really, Parker is not an easy cover for the defense. He's good at drawing the defense into him, playing through contact, and he's got scoring ability really from everywhere.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Milwaukee.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint. And, you know, when Jason Kidd was a player, he had a no-nonsense approach to the game. Still maintains that approach as a coach. Very much focused on results and efficiency over bells and whistles and all the extras.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. And thinking about where Kidd's playing tendencies show up in his coaching, his unselfishness and commitment to defense are there too.
Yeah, and there's a calming demeanor that he brought to the court as a player, and I think he brings that to the sideline as well. And keeping things in perspective, I think has been a big help during his stay at Milwaukee.
Milwaukee shooting their fifth attempt at the line in the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Now, here is Irving. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Bangs home the trifecta. Irving's got 6.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And here's Young, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. It's good. 8 points for him.
Phenomenal court vision by Parker. He really has all the tools to be a great player in this league.
Now, here is Irving. He has 6. Outside Jefferson. Back to Irving. Goes up and lays it easy. Irving's got his third basket of the night right there.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Puts it up from 15, and Freak gets it to go on the assist by Monroe. Monroe's got his third assist on the night. Now, here is Irving. 8 points for him. Right side Jefferson. Back to Love. Passes it to Smith. Clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Irving for 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Freak kicks to Antetokounmpo. At the elbow, it's Freak. It's Young on the wing. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Cavaliers trail by 14. Smith for 3. Rebound by Parker.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
They get it again. There's Freak. Smith with the defensive effort.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And Jefferson sends it back. Young with the steal. Freak with it. He's against Smith. And Freak throws it down.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Way to work, gentlemen. Let's go now. Hustle up. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them. Do not give them any life out there. Understood? We got this.
That's unacceptable.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Dunleavy comes in for Richard Jefferson. Iman Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And Mo Williams subbed in for Kyrie Irving. The Bucks also changing it up. Henson's checked in for Monroe. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Jabari Parker. And Middleton subbed in for Antetokounmpo. Now here's Freak, guarded by Shumpert. Pass to Young. Lets it go with a three. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Love.
Tristan Thompson.
Freak dishes to Teletovic. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And Freak throws it down.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
Williams kicks to Shumpert. They get a hand on it. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Slammed down there by Prez, and the feed from Young.
Yeah, Orange Juice making it look easy. You have to love that play from them.
The Cavaliers trail by 20. Outside jumper. He feeds it to Thompson. And Henson sends it back.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Williams after the made shot from Freak. And here we go, the Bucks running again for the finish, and Freak throws it down.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive. I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Now, here's Thompson. 9 points last game out. The shot by Williams, no good.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. But the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
And John Henson has been a player who can start for a team in short spells, but he seems to have found his niche as a threat off the bench in either post position. Very efficient as a scorer and doesn't need a lot of touches to thrive.
And Kevin, I think that's a big plus with him, that he can play either post position quite well. He's 6'11", but has the foot speed to guard both centers and power forwards. And I don't think he'll ever be a star, but you know, he's a player every coach enjoys having because he gives you winning ingredients and attributes.
Middleton, the off rebound. Here's Henson. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense. Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Here's Williams following the basket by Justice Young. A solo fast break. Drops in the breakaway layup. Teletovic has got his first 2 points of the night.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Now here's Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Milwaukee is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Good. And that's now 24 points for Freak.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Here's Williams. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. To end the run. No good on that one. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Milwaukee on top, running away with it. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Earlier, we sat down with one half of Orange Juice to talk about the dynamic duo's recent success.
No. Look, man, the whole Orange Juice thing is not just a me thing. It's not just a Prez thing. It's an us thing, and I couldn't do it without Justice. So as we continue to grow tighter, so does the power of Orange Juice. You know, it's a great feeling to always be on the same wavelength with someone as talented as Justice, man. The sky's the limit for us. I truly believe that.
Well, there are so many great dynamic duos in NBA history. Greg, you have a favorite?
Yeah, you put me on the spot here, dude. I'll tell you this. Orange Juice is up there. These guys play the game the right way, and they do it with so much style. I mean, it's just hard not to love it.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Guys, we've seen the Bucks really take control here early.
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Freak in at shooting guard. Miles Plumlee out there with Mirza Teletovic. And it's Young, and it's Morris in at the small forward. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Freak in their last outing against the Suns was superb. He had 70 points, and the points were just the start of it. He joined an elite view by walking away with a quadruple double. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
What an incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it played.
Every single guy on their team with the absolute Midas magic touch, shooting the lights out here.
Right wing. Morris kicks to Freak. And Freak throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. This guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Love outside.
Come on, shoot!
Inside. No good from Fry.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Plumlee. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And Freak throws it down.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficient.
Love with the screen for Irving. And here's Fry from the arc. The shot will not fall. And Milwaukee will come the other way. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. Start a 3-game homestand with that game.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now, here is Irving. 11 points in the game. The pass to Fry to stop the drought. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Fry's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Freak, and Freak throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Drops in the tray. Fry's got 6.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Freak passes to Morris. Down low, here's Freak, and Freak throws it down.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
Now, here's Irving. Near the 3-point line, it's Love. Rebounded by the Bucks. Freak's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Young against Irving. Dishes it to Love. Back to Irving. 3-pointer. Milwaukee with the rebound. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
And you know, Greg, in that blowout loss that you were alluding to, it was the turnovers that really did them in. You can't give possessions away like that and expect to win.
Here's Irving following the bucket by the Bucks. For 3, Love. And another miss by Cleveland.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And Freak throws it down.
Yeah, and just superb work there by Young. So unselfish with the basketball. Really likes getting the ball to his teammates.
Irving dishes to Fry. The feed now to Shumpert. They need this. Misses off the left iron.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Irving against Young. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from deep. And Kyrie Irving gets the 3. Irving's got 14 points.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Poked away, and so the ball's out of bounds. Shumpert touched it last. A different look now for Cleveland. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for Dunleavy. Smith comes in for Shumpert, and it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Milwaukee on top, just dominating this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Amazing offense in the first half. Where did that come from?
I don't really know, man. I was looking for chances to get my shot off, and, you know, I just happened to find them over and over in the first half. I'm sure they'll make some adjustments, but until then, I'm just going to keep attacking, you know?
No reason to change, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, back to you, Kevin.
All right, Joe.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Bring it in, guys. Hey, great work in the first half. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels, and now they're playing like they're desperate. Do not let up, gentlemen. Play with the same enthusiasm. Let's get this W.